What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Lockdown 23-1. Today we're going to be talking about prison tattoo and some of the serious dangers that come with getting a tattoo, not giving one. I made a video in the past about how dangerous it can be for you to be a tattoo artist, okay? Well, this is the flip side. You're the one going to the artist that you probably don't know too much about and getting a tattoo. A lot of people, when they first come to prison, that's the first thing on their mind. They're like, man, I gotta get tatted up. I gotta find me a tattoo guy, and I gotta get inked up ASAP before I go home so all the ladies love me. You know, that's what most guys say, okay? Most of the young bucks, and they don't really care about any of the danger levels that come with it. I have a story about my old cellmate, okay? I wasn't really close to him, but what he was doing was absolutely treacherous. Now check it out, before I tell the story, let me just get a couple things straight, alright? If I were to see someone out here bleeding out in front of my house, I'm going to do everything in my power to save that man, okay? I'm going to call 911, I'm going to wrap up his wounds. Now, if there's a gunfight going on, am I going to jump in the middle of the gunfight and try to save that dude? No! No, man, I'm not Superman, I don't even know the guy. But after the gunfight's all said and done, if there's some people laying in the street, I'm gonna go help and save their lives. Now in prison, it's a totally different world, man, okay? It's not like anything. It's not like the military. It's not like any job. It's not like any kind of street corner, hood, convenience store, whatever you want to call it. It's nothing like anything out here. Prison in itself is a whole nother world. It's unlike anything. If you've never been to prison, it's unlike anything you have ever seen. And all the videos that I talk about doing time in prison cannot paint a perfect picture for you. You literally have to be there to understand what I'm saying. Now, like I said, I would help them people, okay? If they're bleeding out in front of my house, I would help them. In prison, it's a totally different story. You see someone getting jumped in prison. You see someone getting taken advantage of in prison. You can help them if you want, but I strongly recommend you listen to what I'm saying right now. It could be the last good deed you ever do. I can almost guarantee you you're going to regret it. For real, because them people are going to come after you, if not harder. Prison is nothing like these streets, okay? You are not going to see hardly any good Samaritans. And if they are helping people, like I said in my last, one of my earlier videos, it's usually because of some kind of medical issue. You know what I mean? It ain't because someone ran up a gambling debt and you're going to try to protect him from everyone trying to get their money or his booty. No, you ain't gonna protect that freaking moron. He ran up a debt, he's gonna have to pay that money, you know what I mean? For real. And if you wanna go save little homeboy, you're gonna be paying the debt for him. Just how it is. Maybe not these lower level prisons, but the prisons I've seen, yeah, you don't wanna get in between someone else's drama, man. For real. You're dealing with people that got life, multiple life sentences. You think they care anything about them or you? They live in Satan's playground every single day until the day they die. If you ever go to prison, you will understand exactly what I mean. That is where Satan roams. For real. Even if you don't believe in Satan, whatever evil entity you do believe in, that's where they live. Prison is pure evil. Now, the reason why I said all that is because after I tell this story, a lot of people I know are going to say in the comment box that I should have said something to the people that were getting tattoos by this guy. I should have stopped him. Well, let me give you a quick little breakdown, okay? This guy, this is how crazy Virginia prisons are, okay? He was tattooing Bloods, Crips, and this dude was, I don't know what he was, Aryan Brotherhood, white supremacist, KKK, I don't know, a Nazi, who knows? But he ran with some of the white guys, groups of white guys, you could tell that they were on some other racial type thing. But in the state of Virginia, like I said in some of my earlier videos, okay, it doesn't matter, okay? It's not like in Cali, if a black dude does business with a white guy, it's gonna be a freaking all-out riot race war. It's not like that. I'm talking about Bloods, Crips, I'm sure some Latin kings came to him to get tattoos, all kinds of colors, Chinese, it doesn't matter. They came to this guy to get tattoos. But when he ran up his debt with some Bloods and Crips. So that means if I were to say something to the Blood or the Crip, then I'm going to be getting crap from all the white dudes, okay? So therefore, I'm going to keep my mouth shut and just let the drama play out on its own. And believe it or not, there wasn't no drama because no one even knew what this guy was doing in the cell. Now, this guy was running up debts left and right, man, playing poker, gambling on games, but he would break even all the time. So he would go out, come back in the cell and be like, man, I'm going to be doing tattoos forever. You know what I mean? Because that's what he did to break down some of his debts. He would do tattoos for people. So this particular day, he ran up a huge debt, and there was no way out of it. You know what I mean? He's going to have to be doing tattoos on a lot of people for the next week or two. And that's exactly what happened, man. People were coming in left and right getting tattoos by this guy, and he hated all of them. I mean, he would talk so much crap about all these dudes. It was absolutely unbelievable. He hated this dude so much, he took a dump in a toilet and dipped the needle right in the toilet. It probably hit some feces, man. You never know. But this guy dipped it in the toilet, loaded it in a tattoo gun, and gave homeboy a tattoo. And look, he only had 2 lighters. One of the lighters was saved for his homeboy. He was going to do a tattoo on his homeboy. That was a clean one. The other lighter spring that he was making for a needle, that was the only one he had left. And he didn't ask me for any lighters. So he was reusing the same needle on all of these guys, man. It was absolutely unbelievable. But what am I going to say? Am I going to start some kind of war and me be in the absolute middle of it? Even if I did tell the Bloods or the Crips or whoever else came there to get a tattoo, they'll probably think I had something to do with it. You know what I mean? I just couldn't say nothing. And that happened to be with a lot of different scenarios in prison. And that's why I said what I said before I told the story. Okay? Because a lot of people are probably going to say in the comment box that I should have told homeboys and this, that, and the third. Well, guess what? I didn't. And if I did, I probably would have got caught up in some mess for real. So rule number 1 when going to get a tattoo in prison, man, make sure you know how to make your own prison needle. That's right. Take your own prison needle, take the ink, take the cap, take the rag, everything except for the motor you should take with you so that you can see him put it together, everything that you brought, that you have tried to sterilize the best that you can, and everything is brand new. Because I tell you what, a lot of these tattoo artists, they don't care nothing about you. They want you in and out, they want your money, and that is it. And rule number 2, man, you got to get to know your tattoo artist a little bit, you know? Kick it with them a little bit. Even if you don't want a tattoo just yet, plan your path wisely. Roll up on him, you know, try to talk to him a little bit, mingle with him, see his character, see if he has any kind of principles, whatever the case may be. Just get to know him a little bit before you actually pay him money to get a tattoo, because this guy could be the grimiest dude in the block and you don't even know because you didn't even say any words to him. Rule number 3, be very specific on what you want. Okay, my back, for instance. I love the tattoos on my back. Pablo did a great job except for one thing that I absolutely hate, okay? I told this dude that I was from Chesapeake and I want something to go along the lines of Tidewater and Chesapeake. Now check it out, this is my back. He put Tidewater across the top of my back. I loved it. I loved how it turned out, okay? But for Chesapeake, this dude put a huge letter C on the top of a crown. And I don't know if you can see the bottom of the crown or not, but the bottom of the crown has 6 stones in it. It has 6 stones in it, okay? I'm like, bro, after it was done, I was ready to fight him for a second. I said, man, you better give me a discount for real, because this was the only guy that I ever paid anything to do a tattoo on me. I wanted my back to look a lot better than the rest of my crappy tattoos. So homeboy gave me a little bit of a discount, but I was really mad, man. You know how many times I got rolled up by Crips, people thinking that I was a Crip because I have a C on the top of a crown. And not only that, but it has 6 stones at the bottom of the crown. Why 6? I told his idiot self to put 7 for 7 cities. I didn't know Pablo too well, man. You know what I mean? I knew he was an amazing artist. I knew he kind of dealt with principles and stuff like that. I brought my needle to him and everything. Everything was mine pretty much. I knew everything about tattooing at that point. But what I'm saying is, I don't know if this guy actually meant to try to get me into some stuff by putting these tattoos on me or not. Okay, I don't think he did. But at the same time, I really don't know. I really don't know if he did or not. But I did come into a lot of situations where I had to explain that tattoo to a lot of gang members, man, for real. Now, why do I have so many crappy tattoos? Okay, well, check it out. When I first went to prison, I wanted to become a tattoo artist. And the only way that I could learn was by practicing on myself. Okay, and I started practicing on my arm. I did a couple things on my leg. I was like, hey, it's decent. So I started doing tattoos on my stomach. and on my my right arm because I'm left-handed. Now check it out. This tattoo right here. See this tattoo? It looks kind of faded because the light's so bright. But this was my very first tattoo trying to do black work. Okay, believe it or not, there was a big cursive word down here at the bottom. It said Josh, my name, upside down at that I did in juvenile hall, okay, in TDH. And I covered it up with this. This is a skateboarding logo, Dark Star. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Dark Star, but it's like it was a Grim Reaper negative looking space tattoo, and it was great for a cover up because it was all black work, and I had to learn how to do black work for the first time. Someone wanted a tattoo, and these bricks were the first tattoos I ever did to learn my shading, brushstroke shading. And believe it or not, they turned out somewhat decent. They didn't turn out too bad. So yeah, man, I got a lot of crappy tattoos on me, but for real is because I had to learn. And, you know, learning on someone else is not really an option. You can't say, hey, can I practice on you, bro? It's not really an option, especially in prison. And a lot of people out here think that they can just pick up some old pigskin or orange or something crazy like that and practice tattooing on. I'm telling you right now, that crap is not how you learn. Even these professional tattoo artists did some crappy freaking jobs when they first started tattooing. This stuff doesn't just come to you, okay? It takes practice just like anything else, okay? It takes a little bit of practice and a little bit of mistakes before you get right to where you need to be. A lot of these professional tattoo artists, actually, I think they forget a lot about their beginnings, okay? Because these guys, man, I'll tell you what, I worked in a shop a couple times. They think they are God's gift on earth. I was like, man, dude, I wouldn't chill with you on the streets if someone paid me, homie. For real. Couldn't stand them. They act like God's gift. It's absolutely insane. So that's about it, man. If you're going to be getting a tattoo in prison, make sure that you know the tattoo artist a little bit. Make sure he deals with a little bit of principle. Make sure he's not your enemy, because your enemy naturally is going to do you dirty. For real, for real. Bring the needles, bring the ink, bring whatever else besides the motor. Bring everything else to that artist. That way you know that everything is clean and ready to go. You know what I mean? It's probably not 100% sterilized, of course, but it's cleaner than if you not knowing he dumped it in a toilet and tattooed 6 other people before it. And also, remember, make sure you know exactly what you're going to get. Tell the artist exactly what you want. If he's freehanding something, please, you got to tell him, what exactly are you going to put on me, bro? I need to know. That was my mistake. I trusted Pablo so good. I knew he was so good at tattooing that I said, bro, just run with it. I just want some Tide water. I want to represent where I'm from. Just go with it. And he did. But that was my mistake, man. I should have just had him draw the whole back piece up. Paid him a little extra to do that. It took a little more time. And if you can't tell, my lower back is not finished because I got caught. That's right. That's another danger, man. I can't believe I haven't even talked about that. If you're getting tatted up in prison like this, okay, even though it's a bunch of crap, if you get tatted up from head to toe, trust me, you're going to be getting locked up numerous times for tattooing. For real. Especially around the neck and the fingers, man. Guards are going to see all your open wounds, all your fresh healing scabs. They're going to get you. You're going to get locked up, man. For real. That's just how it is. That's a part of the game. You got to expect it. If there's a guy out there that gets completely covered in tats and never gets caught, I'd like to meet him. I'd like to know exactly how he was doing it. I went to the freaking hole about 7 or 8 times for tattooing. But I was extremely reckless, man. I was an extremely reckless young buck in the penitentiary. I mean, look at these tattoos, man. Check these tattoos out. See these little swirls right here? Look like freaking ice cream cones going around here. See them things? That was supposed to be smoke, okay? Smoke. Coming from my ear all the way around right here, all the way down. From the barrels of the guns in the back of my neck. It was supposed to be smoke coming out here in between everything. Well, within 10, 15 minutes of dude tattooing, and this was my fault as well. I knew dude was an amateur, but I seen some of his work and some of his shade work, and I thought he was up to the task. So I let him try it. Within 15 minutes, I said, let me take a look at it. I got in a mirror and I was like, you know, I was shell-shocked. This is absolute garbage, man. Doesn't look nothing like smoke right here, okay? I mean, look at this side. This side's even worse. It's like freaking ice cream cones. I can't believe You know what I mean? But that's my mistake. And that's what happens when you go to penitentiary acting like an idiot. Anyways, I hope someone learned a little something from this episode, man. It's real. Penitentiary is real. Getting tattoos in there is absolutely very dangerous, for real. For a lot of people might come out of prison and say, it wasn't that bad, man. Prison tattooing is nothing. It's like second nature in prison. But when you really see some stuff like I have, you will realize, man, you better think twice about getting a prison tattoo.